So we're looking at the first year maths geometry 1 part 3, the third video in the series, and we're looking at calculating angles. So an angle on a straight line we know is 180 degrees. So I know this angle here is 180 degrees. In the diagram we know that A, B, D are collinear and so form a straight line. So this is collinear, they're on a straight line. If we know this part is 60, then this part must add up to 180 when I add on the 60. So it's x is this unknown section here, 60 is the other side, and I know they should add up to 180 degrees, so that means x must be 120 degrees. Okay. That works with a combination of angles. Even if there are 3 angles here, we know that A, B, and C should add up to 180 degrees. A, B, and C should add up to 180 degrees. If it's at a point, we know that all the angles should add up to 360 degrees. Similarly here, all of these should add up to 360 degrees. So 42 plus 124 plus 100 is 266. So to find x, you would just take 266 away from 360 to get x on its own. This is probably a new concept for you, the concept of vertically opposite angles. If I was to draw a line and then put any other line, the angles that are formed, there are 2 pairs of angles. There this pair of angle, and there are this pair of angles. We know the 2 purples equal to each other and the 2 greens equal to each other as a fact. They are vertically opposite angles and they are equal in measure. So here the angle A is equal to the angle B. So again, another quick example. I know this should be 180 degrees because it's a straight line. So I know the angle A is equal to 180 degrees minus 70. So the measure of angle A, angle A is equal to 110 degrees. What about over here? That's A is equal to 180 degrees minus 160 degrees. So the angle A is equal to 20 degrees. The likes of this question, I know that that's 180 degrees. So E is going to be 180 degrees minus 30 degrees minus 38 degrees. So the angle E is equal to, it's 112 degrees. And then for this one here, the angle F is equal to 180 degrees minus 45. What's this angle here? That symbol is 90 degrees, so minus 90 degrees. And we'll find that the angle F is equal to 45 degrees when I take them away. The angle at a point, as I said already, we know that this full angle is 360 degrees. So D here could be found by going 360 degrees minus 70 degrees minus 80 degrees minus 140 degrees. And we get D is equal to 70 degrees. Oops. 70 degrees. And you'd repeat the process for E and F as well. They're the exact same questions. And this is a little bit more different, or difficult, I suppose, because it asks us to find x on its own, find the value of x. So if I'm looking at this one, I know that it should add up to 180 degrees. So I know that 90 degrees plus 4x plus x should equals to 180 degrees. That's 90 degrees is 90 degrees plus 5x is equal to 180 degrees. But I want to get x on its own, don't I? So I don't like that 90. So I'm going 90 minus 90 plus 5x is equal to 180 minus 90. So I've subtracted 90 from both sides. So it's 5x is equal to 90. And now I don't like the fact it's 5x. I want to get x on its own. So what's the opposite of multiplying by 5? Dividing by 5. So I do 90 divided by 5. And you get x is equal to 18 degrees. So a single x is equal to 18. Just for this question, this one you'd start off with 60 plus 2x plus x is equal to 180. That's 3x plus 60 is equal to 180. Subtract 60 from both sides. 3x plus 60 minus 60 is equal to 180 minus 60. 3x is equal to 120. Don't like the fact that it's 3 multiplied by x, so divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 40 degrees. Here, very similar question again, except now it's not a straight angle, it's the angle at a point, so I know this adds up to 360 degrees. So 90 plus 3x plus 2x plus 4x is equal to 360 degrees. That's 9x plus 90 is equal to 360. We're going to subtract 90 from both sides because I want to get the 9x on its own. 360 minus 90. 9x is equal to 270. And now I want to get x on its own, so I'm going to divide both sides by 9. X is equal to 30 degrees. And last question, I suppose we should look at vertically opposite angles. Because up here, so I'm going to deal with this section first. Because I know there are two straight lines hitting each other, I know that the angle A is going to be 100 degrees. That's 100 degrees there because it's vertically opposite the other angle. I also know that here, they should add up to 360 degrees. So I know 100 plus B plus C plus 100 should equals to 360 degrees. So that's B plus C should equals to 160 degrees. But what do I know about B and C? Well, they're also vertically opposite. So instead of writing it as B plus C, I could write B plus B is equal to 160 degrees. B plus B is 2B. And then I would get B on its own by dividing both sides by B. Or dividing both sides by 2. Divided by 2, so B is equal to 80 degrees, which would also mean C is equal to 80 degrees. Similarly, then we'd know this would be 138 degrees, this would be 70 degrees, and this would be 52 degrees. And we know that E would equals to F, and we know that H would equals to I, and we know that K would equals to L. And we'd repeat the process that we just did for the first one.